Hey, it's Coach Lake here. So I promised a big announcement about wrestling, and here it is, ladies and gentlemen. So I've been struggling with doing personal training and trying to be involved in the wrestling program. So I talked with my clients, and what's going to happen is it's going to be a little hairy. It's going to be a long days for me, but I'm super excited about this. I'm going to be the head coach for the NCLA wrestling program, both middle school and high school. Super excited about that. But don't worry, parents. Dave Nicoletta is still going to be heavily involved. Because if not, I would have said no if it wasn't for him and his guidance and his wisdom and his willingness to assist me. I wouldn't be doing this, quite frankly. But I actually, now that I've committed to it, I'm super excited for it. I'm extremely grateful that Mr. LeBret has given me this opportunity to lead you in this way. So students, middle school through high school, sixth graders and up, I need to have you seriously contemplate whether you think wrestling is a good fit for you. I would love to give you the opportunity to come and participate in wrestling. Okay. It is the one sport, to be quite honest. This is still vivid in my imagination. When I was four, there's this thing in Montana called Little Guys Wrestling. And it was my dream when I was little, no joke, to wrestle. My dream. Because, I would always wrestle with my cousins. I had like 18 cousins. My mom had 6 sisters. That's a completely different story. But it was my dream to wrestle because I thought I would be so good at it. Long story short, you couldn't do it till you were 6. And no joke, the week before I turned 6, we moved from Missoula, Montana, to LaGrange, so my dad could go to Bible school. And I was never able to wrestle in a sport from there, because later we went to Brazil. I was a missionary kid, played soccer, so on and so forth. So this is kind of a second chance for me, and I'm super excited about it. Okay, now that being said, those of you who have me as a coach or who know me, I'm a pretty intense guy and I'm a pretty passionate guy. So what I think you need to know before you anticipate coming out, you need to know a little bit about me and who do I want to coach? This is who I want to coach. I want to coach motivated middle school and high school students who are willing to have a warrior mentality. Okay. Now, what that means is I don't need heroes. I need warriors. I don't need heroes who are focused on themselves, on me. I need warriors who are focused on the team. I don't need heroes whose focus is to make their name great. Okay. That's not your job. I need warriors, on the other hand, who are focused on making the NCLA Falcon wrestling program great. So the question is this: are you a self-seeking hero or are you a team-building warrior? I only have room for one of those. Okay? The decision is yours on which you will become. But before you run off on your self-righteous noble quest, hero quest, I want you to think that you should ask yourself the following question. What does it mean to be a warrior? What code does Coach Lake and the NCLA program stand for? And that's one word: willingness. Okay. So if you can summarize my coaching philosophy and what I stand for, it's willingness. And these are the 5 things that go along with this. You must be willing to be teachable. Okay. To listen, accept, and apply what is instructed, and then to teach and encourage and support others to do the same. So you aren't just going to be a taker, okay? You're going to have to be a giver. You're going to have to be able to be taught and to teach others. Because to be successful in life, that is what it takes. I'm a firm believer in that. So a willingness to be teachable. 2, a willingness to be accountable. This lacks big time in our society. So you must be willing to be accountable, to have others ask you hard questions and to demand more from you than you think you are capable. And to hold others accountable and make sure they are giving 100%, making the program better. Because once again, it's not about hero worship. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about us. It's about we. And we need to keep each other accountable. So you must be willing to be accountable. Okay, 3, you must be willing to be a leader. This is a leadership academy after all. Our program, our wrestling program, as its foundation, as its cornerstone, has to have the same philosophy: to lead from the front with your thoughts, words, and actions. It will do me little good, okay, if only your actions are right, but your words and thoughts are wrong. Okay, that's honestly being manipulative. This is essentially, Aristotle talked about this with virtue ethics, but I need warriors, I need wrestlers who want to become leaders or who are leaders, and they need to lead from the front with their thoughts, with their words, and with actions. Okay. And lastly, I need wrestlers. You must be willing to be bold. And by that, I mean, you must be able to live a life and to train with integrity. Okay. Wrestling is a hard sport and very few can do it and do it well. But those who choose to take that path, you must be bold. You must be willing to do what others refuse to do. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Okay. But because it's hard, it separates those who are warriors and those who are not. Okay. It's that simple. So you must live by a code, a warrior code, so to speak. And you must be willing to do that. Once again, if I had one word to talk about my coaching philosophy, it's willingness. Okay. So are you willing to assume this warrior lifestyle and follow the code during both training and out of training? If so, please come and ask me for more information, or even Dave Nicoletta, about the NCLA Falcon Wrestling program. Okay. If this is something that excites you, if this is something you're interested in, I need to know, because here in a little bit, we're going to have practices, things are going to start, and we're going to roll. Now, on a side note, for those of you who are like, man, I'm not in sixth grade. What do I do? Lucky for you, you have an opportunity that I never had. All right. So Dave Nicoletta started the Triad Wrestling Falcons Wrestling Club. Okay. And it is for ages K through 5. It's called the Falcons Youth Wrestling Club. Super awesome. They meet Tuesdays and Thursdays. The address is 117-A Bodenhammer Street, Kernersville, North Carolina. And the times are from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the reason they meet, honestly, is to have fun, to develop friendships, and develop skills and leadership qualities that empower both your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Now, wrestling is difficult and challenging sport, but here's what you need to know, parents. So the NCLA has produced many outstanding wrestlers over 1 year. Last year, 4 of our wrestlers were state champs. Think about that. So 3 of these young men had never wrestled a match before joining us. So think about if you put in your kindergarten to 5th grader in wrestling, chances are pretty good that he or she can become a state champ. So Falcons Youth Wrestling is one of the best because we were very good. We were very good young people who try wrestling and like it. So generally people come in, they like it. So essentially what I'm asking you is, why don't you give wrestling a try this year? Your kids will find it challenging, exciting, and rewarding. You may even become a champion someday. Enough said, right? So I encourage you, come and give wrestling a try. Bring a friend who might also be willing to get a few sore muscles at first and learn some self-defense. Regardless, we hope you seize this opportunity, and we hope you like it. And I hope to keep Falcons Youth Wrestling on top with your support. I'm hoping to see you on Tuesday, those kindergartners through 5th grade. Once again, if you have any questions, please contact Dave or myself. Super excited about this. Please let me know. Peace out.